Every year, summer seems to feel a little different. Hotter days, warmer nights, longer heat waves. Many people feel that summers today are more intense than they used to be. But is this only a feeling, or is something actually changing? Across many parts of the world, people are noticing the same pattern. Temperatures start rising earlier in the year and stay high for longer periods. Even nights, which once brought relief from the heat, often remain warm. To understand why this is happening, we need to look at how heat moves around our planet. The Earth constantly receives energy from the sun. Some of this energy warms the land, oceans, and atmosphere, while the rest escapes back into space. For thousands of years, this balance kept the planet's temperature relatively stable. But over time, something has begun to change this balance. Certain gases in the atmosphere act like a blanket around the Earth. These gases allow sunlight to enter the atmosphere, but they slow down the escape of heat back into space. As their concentration increases, more heat remains trapped near the Earth's surface. This process slowly raises the planet's average temperature. However, this does not mean that every single day suddenly becomes extremely hot. Instead, the entire temperature range gradually shifts upward. Think of it like moving the whole thermometer scale slightly higher. Days that were once considered warm may now feel hot, and days that were already hot become even hotter. As a result, heat waves become more likely and often last longer than before. But there is another reason why summers feel hotter today, especially for people living in cities. Urban areas are filled with materials such as concrete, asphalt, and buildings. During the day, these surfaces absorb large amounts of heat from sunlight. Instead of cooling quickly after sunset, they slowly release that stored heat back into the air during the night. This creates what scientists call the urban heat island effect. Because of this effect, cities often remain several degrees warmer than nearby rural areas. Even after the sun goes down, the heat stored in roads, walls, and rooftops continues to warm the surrounding air. That is why nights in cities often feel warmer than they used to. The heat simply doesn't disappear. It stays trapped within the urban environment. Rainfall patterns also play an important role in how hot summers feel. When soil contains moisture, part of the sun's energy is used to evaporate water from the ground and plants. This evaporation process naturally cools the surface, similar to how sweat cools our skin. But when rainfall becomes limited and the land becomes dry, less water is available for evaporation. Without this natural cooling process, more of the sun's energy turns directly into heat. As a result, the air temperature rises even faster. This means that dry conditions can make heat waves stronger and more persistent. When we combine all these factors together, a clear pattern begins to appear. A combination of trapped heat in the atmosphere, expanding cities, and drier land conditions makes heat waves more frequent and longer lasting. The changes are not always dramatic or sudden. In many cases, they happen slowly over time, but they are noticeable. Small increases in temperature can significantly change how summers feel. Days become hotter, nights become warmer, and heat waves become more common. And that is why summer today often feels very different from the summers people remember in the past.